Everyone, I'm Dr. Seema Bhandari again, and I'm going to talk on a very serious topic. Either you are in hell or in heaven, and exactly what happens after death. We heard a lot of stories about people passing through the tunnel, and some return back, and some never returns. So, exactly what happens for a person who's about the age of 80 years, when he dies, he loses his energy gradually and goes in a deep sleep or trance. His pineal body releases DMT. This is the form of light and is actually the God particle. There is a chemical reaction induced state where photons leave the body, separating the silver cord which was present at the time of the birth. First, respiration stops, body becomes cold and heavy, and that's how it starts. After death, in 24 minutes, body starts becoming heavy and cold. In 1 hour, the prana still exists, and in 8 to 10 hours, slowly the souls depart. Ancient people had to check the person is dead or alive. They used to touch the nose and see whether it was cold. Now, angels from the fifth dimension gives the soul telepathic visions. It's like a short movies with all its deeds. The departing soul gives reaction to these deeds, either pain or pleasure. And this information is tracked for future direction and reincarnation for his next life. The soul also gives telepathic messages via astral power and the laws and the deeds. The angels always ask the soul via free will what it desires for future. It is also stored in the Akashic record. It's like a data holder. Suppose, for example, a girl wants to be pretty and rich. Her desire is given, but with an unknown added package. Maybe she's into flesh trade or whatever given. So, this is how the story starts. Sometimes the soul pathway is automatically generated to form wormholes. This is connection to the next dimension, and this is the blissful way towards God. As we all know, our earth is in third dimension. If a person who is a very selfish and he loves his property, money, and some partner, and he still wants to enjoy earthly pleasure, his soul is heavy and cannot fly. If he if he wants to go ahead, if he doesn't want to go ahead, that is after 36 hours, the wormhole closes automatically. And these unhappy souls remain on earth due to the law of specific spiritual gravity. They either go to the lower level or be underground if corrupted. Sometimes they go around in ICU hospitals, alcohol bars, looking for people of similar vibration and habits. Now let's see what happens in an accident. For example, if in an alcoholic car person happens to be in a car accident, the person is already high, and the first thing he wants is a drink. He goes confidently to his routine pub and sadly realizes that nobody can see him, that he has not have a body, but yet he is very happy that he can still sniff alcohol smell. He finds his alcoholic friends and sticks to them for smell and his addiction. So please, pubs are very dangerous. Try to avoid it. In suicidal cases, normal people with heartbreak, drug addicts, are in a puzzled state. They are either confused or messed up. Sometimes there is a transfer of evil power and they have nowhere to go. They are surrounded with death, and so the fatal act of death occurs. In fact, even a simple act of washing can clean their aura and can be saved. But in suicide, the destiny contract for time, it takes more time to remake, and they either have to wait again for the next life, either in the astral world or anywhere. This is a very sad situation. Also for drug addicts, and hence, please Suicide is the worst thing to happen to anyone. Now, let's see what happens to a beggar. Have you ever seen small hungry kids street in the streets? They have pain in their eyes, confused and sad because they come from the soul, same short life to serve their karma. They come for a specific period. Please, we need to help them by supplying food at the most. After all, they're fellow human beings and they need us. Do you know actually it takes 50% to be good and 95% to be bad. So it is difficult to become bad but easy to turn good. Yet, most are becoming bad. Well, that's their choice and that's how we hear stories of criminal. Now, what are the worst crimes? You know how a criminal is formed? It's a very gradually he is pushed into the pleasures of sin. Either he gets a kick when he does all the act or he kicks others to death. Initially he is conscious and he is in hiding. Later he learns to ignore the mind and becomes selfish. He kills others for money, for fun, boredom or pleasure. Of course, everyone knows what is his deeds, even if he is an alcohol or a drug abuser. The evil seed is dormant in his mind, and the mind is like a computer. It grows into with the shades of the tree, and sometimes, like a volcanic eruption, it erupts, and that is the time the criminal is a criminal. The worst crime are on the kids, especially forcing women for flesh trade, enslaving them or pushing them for money, providing drugs to others, and so on. Karma will always take them to hell. Either they go underground or for thousands and thousands of years trapped and waiting for the release into the manhole. Also, people, young generation are wearing pictures of skeleton and they wear the ornaments shaped like a skull and so on. Watching horror movies, having friends with evil people, all will definitely end you in hell. Beware. This is what is the new generation taking its toll into the friendship of evil. Well, this is, it's not like ancient people used to have very good friends, they used to help each other. But now, very rarely people are really good in the heart. As I told you earlier, 80% of the population is bad. This is what is Kalyug. The Kalyug is going to make every one of us suffer. So, what you want? Do you want hell or you want heaven? It's your choice. This episode is specifically for young generation to realize what is it to take drugs, to try something. Well, the drugs is like a manhole. It will pull you down and you will never be out. Yes, it's not for trial and error. It is for death. And so be careful. And yes, be aware what's happening everywhere. Be alert. And that is the reason we should all want to be happy. If you really want to be happy, please be on your own. Do what you like. The God is with you and everything is in your brain. So that is it. And I hope you like this episode. I will be making few more. And thanks God again. Bye.